This is Ron Anders with the Mayor's Minutes from our April 19th Auburn City Council meeting. We began during the Committee of the Whole last night by the City Council appointed Ms. Sharon Talbert to the Auburn City School Board. We are very excited about Sharon's service. She has been a great servant of this community. She's a lifelong resident of the City of Auburn. She has had two sons that have graduated from Auburn High School, and she has been a great leader for the Auburn Housing Authority for many years now. We look forward to Sharon serving on the Auburn City School Board, which is one of the most important responsibilities we have as elected officials in Auburn, is appointing our school board. I do want to say thank you. We had 12 outstanding applications to serve on the Auburn City School Board, and the City Council selected 6 of those 12 citizens to participate in interviews. All 6 of those interviews were outstanding interviews. All of those citizens brought something unique to the interview, and we appreciate their willingness to participate in that. But we're very excited about Ms. Talbert's service and look forward to having her begin on the Auburn City School Board on June the 1st. And once again, I want to thank my friend Charles Smith for serving 2 full terms. He has served as the chairman recently through very difficult times, and he's done such an honorable job. So thank you, Charles, for your great service to our children and your great service to your city over the many years. We also had an update on the Mural and Community Arts Study Committee. Mayor Pro Tem Beth Whitten made a few comments, and then she turned it over to Development Services Director Scott Cummings for a full report. I will summarize by saying that I believe that the intent of the City Council is to move forward with an allowance of murals in our community, but there's a lot of details to be worked out, and there are a lot of guardrails and rules to be thought through. The goal is for us to get together with the Planning Commission in May and begin to discuss how we would move forward on this. I personally like the idea of trying to find a pathway to allow murals in our community, but we do have to have rules to go by before we do that. So we'll continue to work on this. If you have any comments or thoughts, I encourage you to reach out to myself or reach out to Mayor Pro Tem Whitten or Councilman Bob Parsons, who's also in the study group, and share your opinions and thoughts with us. As we got into the regular agenda last night, the City Council approved a couple of alcohol beverage licenses, one for Cigar and Fine Spirits at 1849 Ogletree Road, and one for Your Pie, which is obviously a new pizza restaurant located at 314 West Magnolia Avenue. City Council approved a contract with Alabama Power Company for the relocation and installation of street lighting located along Wire Road at the soccer complex roundabout. This was $64,000, and we continue to be very excited about the development and additions that we have going on at the soccer complex. City Council approved an updated development agreement with Auburn Community Church to extend a left turn lane. Their contractor will provide the services for this, and the City Council will pay for this, and it'll make Hamilton Road much more efficient and safer. City Council approved an update to the Auburn-Opelika Metropolitan Planning Organization highway map, and this will notate 10.7 miles of our roadways, and this will allow those roadways to be available for federal funding for any type of improvements that they will need in the future. City Council approved a contract with Axon Enterprises to purchase 15 in-car cameras, 26 body-worn cameras, and 20 tasers. This was $391,000. This was a budgeted item. We're very proud to certainly support our men and women who protect us. City Council also approved a contract with Ryan Public Safety Solutions for the renewal customer support for our 911 call center. City Council approved a contract with Stone Building for our new environmental services and public works facility. This is a little over $27 million. Our public works and environmental services staff have been working in very cramped conditions for a number of years, very old conditions. So this is going to certainly allow them to work in a more modern environment, give them more space to work under. And then I think it also allows us to reimagine our Boykin Community Center property. We look forward to all of that, and we look forward to that project beginning in the very near future. City Council approved a contract with Temple, which is an annual management services agreement for our city's traffic control center, and this is $88,000. City Council approved a street renaming. This is a portion of Lee Road 958 that used to be known as Taylor Court, and it will now be known as Henry Farms Lane. As we got into ordinances last night, the City Council approved the renewal, and this is a renewal, this is not new, the authorization for the Lee County Revenue Commissioner to collect a number of different property taxes. One is the special 5 mil fund that is used for debt repayment that the school system is currently using to pay off capital projects, and then 2 different school taxes, 11 mills for educational purposes and 5 mills for educational purposes. If you look through our notes for our meeting, one of those was issued in 1948 and the other one was issued in 1960 as Auburn City Schools developed and began. So these are only renewals. These are not new taxes. This is an administrative task that we have to do each year. As we continue on with ordinances last night, there was an annexation for approximately 77 acres. This is the Swans Farm LLC. This property is located at the southeast corner of Cox Road and Wire Road intersection. This property is currently located in the county with a trailer park. It was brought into the city. Following up with that, the City Council approved a rezoning from rural to development district housing. And then finally, with the Swans Farm property, the City Council approved a PDD designation. Included in our packet last night was a layout of this development. I encourage you to go to the city's website and see that for yourself. This is a mixed-use development that will include commercial buildings near the front, which will actually be near the roundabout of Cox and Wire Road. It will also include townhomes and single-family homes. We're very excited about this development and appreciate the investment in our community. There are also a couple of additional annexations, one for approximately 8.8 acres located at 3495 Lee Road 146 for James and Mary Gibson, and then there was another annexation for Mount Sinai Church. This property is located at 2143 Lee Road 72, which is West Farmville Road. As we got into resolutions last night, these are all conditional uses. City Council approved road service use for property located at 1901 East Glen Avenue. This is for a new bank. The City Council approved a performance residential multiple unit development. This property is located at 2240 East University Drive. This will be 32 units and 96 beds right across the street from the city's fire department, located on East University Drive. City Council also approved the conditional uses for the commercial uses for Swans Farm. City Council approved the conditional use for a new hotel that will be going in downtown Auburn at 100 North Gay Street, right next door to the new Auburn Bank building. City Council approved the conditional use for performance residential development. This property is located at 519 and 525 North Ross Street. City Council approved a road service use for property located at 346 West Magnolia Avenue, and this is the Chipotle restaurant. Let me just take a little bit of time and stop and talk about this. So Chipotle is located on West Magnolia Avenue. This is the former site of Arby's, which at one time functioned as a traditional fast food restaurant with a full drive-through. Once Chipotle opened, they no longer utilize the drive-through. We all know that during the times of the pandemic that we have purchased our food maybe differently than we used to, and certainly phoning orders in and going online and placing orders and then going and picking up those orders has been something that many of us do even today. And so what Chipotle was asking the Planning Commission and the City Council to consider is letting them reopen the window so that those people who have placed orders either online or over the phone can come by and simply drive through and pick those orders up, which prevents them from having to park their car, getting out, and walking inside the restaurant. They have not asked, nor did we approve, a menu board outside with some type of voice box where people would go through and place drive-up orders. This only allows the customer the opportunity to stay in their car and just pick their order up and continue to go forward. Personally, this was a drive-through restaurant. It is set up for a drive-through restaurant. There are many people that are driving their cars over to Chipotle and getting out and walking inside and picking up their order, and we believe that this will make that process more efficient. If they would like to install a traditional drive-through mechanism, they would have to come back through the Planning Commission and the City Council and ask for permission to do that. And then finally last night, under conditional uses, the City Council approved a conditional use for a distribution facility. This property is located at 511 West Veterans Boulevard out in our tech park. And our final agenda item last night, the City Council approved the demolition of a couple of structures, one located at 556 Foster Street and one located at 637 Westview Drive. Certainly want to recognize and thank United States Congressman Mike Rogers for assisting the City of Auburn in obtaining a $3 million appropriation that the City of Auburn will use to expand the Auburn Center for Developing Industries. Thank you, Mike Rogers. You have always been supportive of the City of Auburn. You've always been helpful, and we had a great visit this past week with Congressman Rogers. Thank you for all your hard work. I also want to thank our Parks and Rec department for getting us through the Easter egg hunt this past weekend. It was a rainy Easter in Auburn, and they got the Easter egg hunt. They got it done, and there were a number of hundreds of kids that had a great time out at Kiesel Park for the annual Easter egg hunt. And I just appreciate everybody's willingness to participate and be patient as we work through the difficult weather. I want to say congratulations to Elania Woods, who is a senior at Auburn High School, and she was just recognized as the State of Alabama Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year. So thank you for being such a great role model for many people here in our community, and we look forward to recognizing you in the near future. I want to say thank you to the Lee County Young Leaders who are about to complete their annual program of work as they seek to understand how different entities in Lee County operate. I was fortunate to spend some time with them this past week and talk to them about how the City of Auburn's government works. And I'm just, it's encouraging to see so many high school seniors that are willing to take time away from their normal activities and participate in learning about the communities that they live in. I also want to say thank you to our police officers here in the City of Auburn who participate in Cops on Top. This is an annual fundraiser for Special Olympics, and I joined them for a little while out at Kroger this past week, and I just appreciate their enthusiasm and their willingness to help such a special group of our citizens. And then finally, I want to say I want to recognize the great lives of Cisco King and James Eccles, who have meant a lot to our community. Cisco was formerly the HR director at Briggs & Stratton. Every year, Cisco came to our city council meetings and presented us a check that we utilized to pay for the July 4th fireworks. He was a great citizen of Auburn and loved our community. And then Mr. James Eccles, who worked for the Lipscomb family at Toomer's Drugs for a long, long time. He made a lot of lemonades for a lot of people who went into Toomer's Drugs, and he got on his scooter and delivered prescriptions all over this community long before deliveries were common. And they are two of the people that make Auburn a great and wonderful place. This is Mayor Ron Anders with the Mayor's Minutes. Have a great week.